Hey there friends, it's Marie again. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making a card with a scrapbook.com stencil and some of their stamps. This is the Bold Stripes stencil and I'm making a pretty bold card today. This one is a little bit different from my usual style, but it turned out really fun. It gives me sort of a summery theme kind of feel, and I thought I'd show you how to make this one. So what I'm doing is just taping this stencil to my card front. This is a Neenah cardstock card flat. You can buy these from scrapbook.com already pre-cut for you. So they're really easy if you just want to grab one and make a card. I have these in a little basket on my craft area, and I just grab them when I want to go ahead and make a card. So I'm using some sky blue here just to go ahead and ink blend these stripes. I'm going to go ahead and just ink blend all of the stripes, taking my time, making sure that my stencil stays down so I don't get any of that ink going underneath. And then once I have this all done, I can just peel up that stencil. Now, you may have noticed I taped my stencil onto my card front from the back side, and that way if my tape tears my paper at all, is on the back side, and I'm not going to have to worry about it showing up on the front. So I usually tape my stencils from the back. So I've gone ahead and I've peeled off this stencil, and I really like that blue and white, but I'm going to add another color here in just a second. But before I do that, I want to wipe off my stencil, clean it off so that I get some clean colors going on my next set of stripes. And I'm actually just going to put this stencil back down. This time I'm covering the blue stripes so that I can go ahead and ink blend in between and get two different colors of stripes alternating here. I'm taking some of this rubber ducky yellow, and this is where this card starts to get really bold and bright. I was thinking of maybe a lighter yellow, a more muted yellow, and I kind of forgot how vibrant this rubber ducky yellow is. So this got pretty vibrant, which I kind of like it now more that I look at it, but I have to say this is not my typical color choice. So let me know if you like this. If you do, give this video a thumbs up. Otherwise, you could go ahead and comment what other colors you may have used. I probably, if I were to do this again, maybe wouldn't apply quite as much yellow. Maybe I would have applied it a little bit lighter or went with a different color altogether. But it turned out pretty bold, and we're just going to go with that. So I went ahead and I ink blended all of these stripes on here, and just shifting this stencil a little bit to cover those different areas and getting two different color stripes here is a really easy way to make a bright colored striped background. So you can see here I'm peeling off my stencil. I've got those bold yellow stripes with the blue in the middle, and I'm just going to simply stamp out a sentiment. Now I apologize that my head was kind of getting in the way there. I just wanted to make sure I had all of these lined up. Now I'm using these individual letter stamps. This is from scrapbook.com as well. This is their bold caps alphabet stamps, and I don't always use individual letters, but I like these because you can build your own sentiment, and it's really easy to use them with this striped stencil because you already have those straight stripes that you can just line up your sentiment on. So I'm actually using those stripes as a guide and just getting all of my letters spaced out and lined up there. So I'm stamping out these letters with some black ink from scrapbook.com, and I don't know if you can already kind of guess what I'm spelling out here. I'm going to stamp out "You Are My Sunshine" because I thought this is a really bright card and it needed a bright, bold, and fun sentiment. And also I think these stripes kind of make me think of a beach towel so it kind of has maybe a little bit of a beach theme going on, but really it's just stripes and then really large sentiment. So for the sunshine, I'm going to actually have to stamp this twice. I only have one S in my alphabet stamp set, so I'm going to have to stamp sun and then shine separately. I'm also going to emboss this part of the sentiment, so I'm actually going to stamp sun and then go ahead and emboss that, and then I'm going to do the next part separately. So if you're kind of trying to figure out how to put together your own words when you only have one of each letter, sometimes you might have to go ahead and just stamp it out in portions until you get the full word or sentiment that you are going for. So I did use some VersaMark ink here for this embossing part. It's just a clear sticky ink that you can add some embossing powder to so that that powder will stick to the ink, and then you can heat it up with your heat tool and it will melt that powder and give you a raised and shiny stamped image. So I've gone ahead and I've stamped out the rest of that sunshine. I've embossed it, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down to my card base. So this is an A2 size card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I've stamped and I've ink blended on the whole front of this card flat. So I'm not going to trim it down at all, because otherwise that sunshine would not fit on there. So the best way that I figured out how to attach this to my card base is just add a little bit of liquid glue and line it up. Now it was a little bit off on the side. I did have to go ahead and trim just a tiny bit off, but I used my guillotine trimmer for that, and I have links down below if you wanted to look at any of those items. Just making sure it's lined up and pressing it down, giving it a second to dry. And there is my big and bold card. Now you could leave it as is, and I might have left it as is, but it felt like it needed a little something special yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and add 3 little hearts here. I'll be honest, I don't even know where these hearts came from. I have a tiny little heart die in my stash, and I grabbed it and I just cut out 3 little white hearts, and I thought I would just add it here next to that my word and glue them down. So that is today's card. I hope you had a good look at the bold stripes and alphabet stamps from scrapbook.com. Please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, tap that bell for notifications, and just do all the things. And I'll catch you guys next time.